Hey, you guys, it's Lynn with Twin Flame Nation, TFN. And Tanya and I wanted to get this out to you guys because we have had a ton of questions about our upcoming Master Course app that we've put together. And we have 9 spots left. We are a little bit over half full. We really want 20 of the right fit twins to get through this process with us. And we've got 9 spots left. And I want to make sure that you guys have your questions asked because some people are just really confused about what the hell we're even doing. So we're going to break this down. First of all, what we've done is Tanya and I have been working with twins for the last 6 years. And just like you, we come into the journey, we're confused as hell. There's too much information. A lot of it's contradicting. It's almost impossible to find out really, really good information about what twins really are that isn't just been regurgitated through the entire community for years. A lot of the twins in the community are really frustrated. All they're doing is waiting on union. There's all these twins that say they're in union, but most of them aren't. And there isn't really any determining factors that tell what you're supposed to be doing to be able to make progress. And basically, in short, people are confused, they're frustrated in their twinships, and they're completely lost about what they're supposed to be doing. So what Tanya and I have been doing for the last 6 years is we've been taking all of the information out there and discarding what's useless, what we don't need to focus on. And we have basically torn apart the information that's there. We have gone deeply into mission. We do this full time. We work with Holy Father God, Archangel Michael, the divine team, and we have basically, with their guidance, narrowed down the aspects of the twin journey that actually determine whether you're going to make your journey or you're breaking it. People are really, really fulfilled and happy in their journeys if they understand all the things that they're supposed to be doing, truly. And they're really happy and blissful in their journeys, and they're in love with their twin, even in separation. They understand what it's all about. Other people are spinning around in circles. And if you look in the community, the same stuff that they're saying now is the same stuff they've always been saying. So, what we've done is we have taken the twin journey and all the information we've compiled, and we have basically what this is we've compiled 6 years worth of facts and evidence that we have. The facts and evidence are based on the work that we've done, and we have taken all of the information in the journey. We have tested it. We've had twins test it for what works, what doesn't, and we have 3D evidence. We've got validations. Our twins have validations, and our twins that we've been doing all of these things with are really moving happily through their journeys. So we're going to share that with you guys. What it looks like is this. We've put this all into a masterclass app. It's an 8-week intensive, supportive, really thorough application for us to be able to get through this as a group together. We're going to do a founding group of 20 people where we're just going to tear through all of this information together. We are going to provide all the information, all the resources, all the content, all the instruction, all the support, and all of the community that you guys need to basically learn everything that you really need to understand about twin flames and how we get through this in a manner that's blissful. So how this looks, who this is for, not for everybody. This is for twins that are basically sick of spinning, tired of not knowing what they're supposed to be doing. They're frustrated with their twins and they don't know what's going on, and they really legitimately are committed and open to new concepts and are open enough and committed enough to do whatever it takes to rock their journeys. So those are the twins that we're looking for. What's included in this? There's three compartments to this. Then the first one is the Master Course app itself. So it's available on iOS and Android and PC. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring the first 20 founding members in, and we're going to create this with them side by side so that they give input on, okay, I want more of this. Can you add this? And we are going to basically have our members help us build this so that everything that everyone needs is concluded, and what's not needed isn't. So here's how we're going to do this. And the first 8 weeks, we're going to do this a little bit differently than when it's completed, when you guys are just going to be able to come in and do it at your own pace and do whatever weeks you want in whatever order. But we're going to move through a specific order for the first 8 weeks. So the first week, what we're going to do is we're going to tear apart what are twin flames, what are the 144,000, and basically everything that you need to know about why you're here, what twin flame signs really are and how you can identify them. They're all identifiable. Soulmates do not have these. What they are, how you notice them, and what they mean. We're going to break down how the twin flame journey correlates to revelations in the Bible. We're going to talk about the actual cord, the energy, the combined energy, the whole connection itself. And we're also going to talk about why even we're here. So it goes beyond just we're going to lighting up the planet. Yeah, we're supposed to raise the vibration of the planet, but we're going to talk about why and how that process itself is actually what divine timing really is. Divine timing is not based on human timing. It's not based on, oh, if I do the right thing or when God feels like it, my twin is just going to be dropped in my lap for union. That's not how this works. And so I think this concept itself, when we've taught people about what divine timing really is, this has released a good majority of the frustration and the pain in the journey, because it releases expectation, it releases condition when you understand what divine timing really is and how that fits in with the way that your twin and you are moving through your world, and why separation is even important and what it even is. It's not about how your twin feels about you. It's not about them choosing something or someone else over you. It's really just the process of the journey itself. So we're gonna break that down in a way that helps people understand the movement of the journey, so that will free you to be able to only focus on the connection with your twin and the other aspects of the journey itself. Number 2, week 2, the Karmic and separation elixir. This is basically what we're going to do to focus on releasing all of the issues that twins have that bring them down when there's a karmic involved, and then also in separation, which is something that is actually quite necessary. And we're going to talk about how right now most twins are supposed to be separated, and not just separated, but pulled even further apart. So we're going to break down everything that gets in the way of your twinship bliss that has to do with the karmic and the separation. We're going to teach you how to flip that inside out and be able to move through this beautifully without these things pulling you down. Another issue of the karmic situation that a lot of twins are experiencing that we're going to do a training on is the karmics that come into the dream space, or they'll come in negatively through telepathy. They'll come into the astral plane. They'll clone and siphon your energy and try to present them to your twin. A lot of twins are experiencing this, and we're going to teach you how to get that to stop. That is week 2. Week 3, this is basically shadow work, block, demolition, and deprogramming. Get rid of all of the programming, all of the wounds, all of the trauma, the inner child wounds, like all of the things that are preventing you from reacting and responding and navigating your journey in full unconditional love, which is acceptance, and all of these things. It's all the use of universal laws, moving in a way of attraction. It's basically unconditional love is love with no conditions. So removing these blocks and doing this shadow work will assist you also in moving through separation, moving through the karmic situation, moving through all of this. It all ties in. A lot of people, let me back up to that a little bit. Most twins have some type of trauma, PTSD. So really understanding PTSD and CPTSD, understanding how to recognize those triggers, even in your twin, and help both of you get through those, you can move mountains in relieving a lot of this for you and your twin through this work. Week 4, if you can nail this week, you will never feel apart from your twin again, because twins are so integrated. It is ridiculous. We are sharing thoughts, we're sharing feelings, we can hear each other in any given moment. Our telepathy is really strong. We can interact in 5D. We can have astral sex an hour or a country apart at any given moment. The bond between twins is the cornerstone of this entire journey. The biggest myth in the community, and one of the most dangerous things that twins are being told out there, is to not love their twin. They're supposed to step back. I'm going to go work on myself. I'm going to leave him in it, and I'm going to focus on myself, and I'm not going to send love to him. That is the worst thing you can do. The cord between twins is one of the strongest things in the whole journey. But you got to look at it like it's a lifeline between you. It's almost like an umbilical cord. And if that cord gets starved of love, if you're not constantly helping your twin with love, faith, trust, this type of thing, the cord starves, the journey starves. So we're going to teach you guys how you don't even really need to have readings, because if you can really tap into your twin in the way that it's intended, separation doesn't matter, because you can communicate with them and help them in any given moment. And the more you help your twin, the more you help yourself, the bigger that love becomes, the stronger the love becomes, the stronger your bond becomes, the more you're pulling each other in 3D, and it turns into a supportive, blissful journey versus one that's frustrated and you feel lost and apart. In separation and with karmics, this thing is a journey saver right here. So week 4 is, I would probably say, one of the most important aspects of the entire journey. So there's that one. Week 5, same thing with God and team. And the biggest thing too is validating, because a lot of the stuff you hear in the journey, people are channeling somebody they think's Michael. That's not Michael. Michael doesn't talk like that. Michael doesn't give guidance like that. So if you guys can totally get acquainted with actually who Holy Father God and your divine team is, know them by person, know them by what each of their roles are and how they're supposed to assist you, learn to validate what you're getting, screw the signs, and forget the synchronicities. If all of us can tap into Holy Father God and have a two-way conversation. God always says, if you're only praying to me, you're missing the biggest part, which is hearing me. So if you're fully hearing God and team, you know exactly what to do in any given moment. You know exactly how to help your twin, and you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So super, super important. That is week 5. Week 6. A lot of people don't like to feel like dark is, it actually exists. But I will ask you the question, if you believe angels exist, what do you think dark is? So we are going to break down everything that is basically a negative frequency, negative being, negative entities, anything that is trying to, that is on the side of what we call dark, is anything that is trying to bring your vibration down. Dark can even be fear. Dark can be a demon. Dark can be an entity. There's lots of things that dark is, but if you understand how we're in the midst of spiritual war, you will understand that there are 8 bazillion things that are considered dark. There are things that are trying to bring down your energy. They're trying to bring you and your twin apart. Some of these are attacks by the Illuminati. Some of these are physical, like gang stalking. Some of these are voodoo. Some of these are witchcraft. Some of you have spells against you or curses. Some of this is just negative energy. Some of this is, you've got watchers, you've got rodents, or you've got, you moved into a house that's on top of a graveyard, or there's a dense negative energy there. Either way, no matter what it is, really understanding our strength against it this is why we're here. We are lethal energetic beings. Our light and our twin flame is some of the most powerful shit that exists in the universe on an energetic level. It trumps Reiki. We tell people, leave your Reiki at the door. You're not even going to need it. What if you can learn to understand truly what dark is and understand your power, then you're untouchable. So we are going to base a whole week on that. Number 7, taking those abilities and the understanding intent and your energy and moving into harnessing your power and abilities is all week number 7. We have a lot of people that are like, what am I supposed to be doing in mission? Well, once you understand the power of your intent and how twins actually can touch the unified field and manifest in the physical in real time, you guys are going to understand what our power is in this global war. Our intent in the significance of and the power of our energy combined, we can do some really amazing stuff. We can heal each other. One thing I forgot to mention about the week 4 of the connection with the twin is you and your twin can heal each other almost better than anything else. I know my twin has healed me from a septic infection, literally remotely when even the doctors couldn't figure it out. And this has happened many times with many twins. The unconditional love is such a powerful amplifier to the power that we already have and our energy and our intent. So we are going to do a complete training on just the power of our twin abilities, healing each other and other people. But that also ties into our mission as twins is what are these abilities? How do we tap into them? What are we supposed to use them for? Some people are using the frequency of their song, of their voices to literally heal the frequency and change the energy of an entire crowd and everyone that they sing to. We've got people that are moving into water and healing water. We've got people that are, clearing dark energy out of spaces. We've got people that are doing all kinds of things on a global level, on a local level, in the people that we touch as we move, even through the grocery store. We are moving across people. We are brushing up against people. We are placed near their auras so that we can push light energy into them. We are lighting people up. We are spreading this light wherever we go, and knowing how to harness that and help other people with it is going to really help in spreading the light around the planet. So twins have a responsibility in this. We're light workers. They do too, but we're held accountable. So the more you know about your mission, the more you tap into team and find out specifically what you're supposed to be doing here and why. We've got people that are shooting lightning. We've got people that are, me and my fireballs. We use fireballs. We use fire. We use, some people have lasers. Some people they have tools, other tools. We've known people to use daggers, use swords, use whips, all kinds of stuff on an energetic level. And Tanya and I have like 6 years worth of stacks and stacks and stacks of 3D evidence and validations from ourselves, from the people we've even fought against, we've never even met, and from all the twins that we have worked with, that all of these things are manifesting in the 3D, and this stuff is real. So it is really fascinating. Bring your validations into. I think we might even do a segment on validations for this, because it really is crazy, but it's amazing and it's all real. So that's week 7. Week 8. Week 8 is basically how we take everything that we have learned. If you basically go in and you nail every single one of these concepts, you have everything you need in your toolbox to completely move forward strongly in your twin journey. You have everything you need. You have everything your twin needs, and you will assist them as you're working through this work. They're going to be mirroring you. So when you move forward and you heal something, you fix something, you learn something, you're teaching them, they're mirroring it, they're reflecting it in you. You are never 8 steps apart from your twin. So this is how you help your twin through it, is if you help them through it energetically. If you're everything that you intake, you're sharing thoughts, you're learning how to push it to them, you're basically training them in everything that you know, and you're also learning to receive what they're trying to share with you. We've also, one thing I do want to I want to backtrack on is the concept of DMs and DFs. There's a misconception in the journey that the female is the DF, the male is the DM, and that couldn't be farther from the truth half of the time. This we're going to break that down in week 1. But like, I am a female, but I am actually the DM, the masculine energy. My twin is very, very male. He's as manly as I get, and he is the DF. He has been leading me the whole time. Part of understanding the twin journey is understanding how the DMs and the DFs work and how you complement each other as a yin and yang. You don't have the exact same strength and abilities. You don't have the same even missions. You complement each other in every way. For example, like Tanya and I, even in a mission team, we're DM, we DF. I'm very, very, like, I'm my sight is laser sharp in my knowings. I turn and pivot in an instant on my knowings, and they're always accurate. I can hear when I want to. I don't like to feel, but I do. But my strengths and my primaries are my vision, my clairvoyance, and my knowings, or my claircognizance. Tanya's are the direct complementaries of that, which are her clairsentience is off the charts. She feels through everything. She doesn't see as much because she's concentrating on her clairsentience. And then she also hears everything. She's getting constant verbal telepathy in her head nonstop all the time. Those are her strengths. My twin also complements me, where he feels me in every given moment. He's very, very, very strong that way. And he also hears every word I say. Even if I'm talking to Tanya, even if I'm on the phone with somebody else, even if I'm thinking something while I'm walking down the stairs, my twin will hear that verbally, where when I hear him talking to me, I get the thought in my head. So we're going to teach you guys about that. Something to keep in mind about the masculine and the feminine is that there's another layer to it, because there is a masculine and feminine on each side of the masculine, or on each side of the spark. So it's not just masculine and feminine energy. It also has to be, it depends on what side of the spark you're on. So we're going to break that down week 1. But understanding week 8, how this all ties together, the important thing about it is if you can narrow your sight on what you need to be doing and need to be focusing on, much like if you take the rays of the sun, how they just spread over everything and they warm them, when you laser focus that sunlight through a magnifying glass and it hits one little area, it burns a hole in it. That concentrated focus is what we're trying to do here. You're going to concentrate our focus on the 8 concepts that really matter, and applying them all shifts everything into perspective. This happens really quickly. It happens sometimes within an hour. When you first grab some of these concepts, it's like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, okay, this all makes sense. But when you put it all together in one, the most important thing is if you can move into this place of unconditional love, take all of these concepts and just keep rocking them forward. You're connecting with your twin, so you always know what's going on with them. You're connecting with team, so you always know what you're supposed to be doing. And you're moving, holding your twin's hand through the journey in the way that God is leading you. You are always going to be moving forward. You're always going to know what's to come. There's no confusion. There's no frustration. There's no lack mentality. There's no where is he? Where is he? When is he coming around? This kind of thing goes right out the window because you're constantly connected and you know what to expect. So the key thing is that in the 8th week, what we're going to do is we're going to bring that all together, and we're going to teach you guys how to do it consistently and unwaveringly. If you can move into unwavering, unconditionally love consistently, your journey is going to just rock forward in a sweet spot. That's when you reach euphoria. It's just beautiful. The twins that have been able to do that have security. They have faith in their journey. They're in love with their twin all the time. They're supporting them. They don't feel the lack. They don't feel like, is this ever going to happen for me? They understand what's going on, and they can move forward strongly in every moment and help their twin do the same. So there's that. In the 8-week app, it's going to be an app that's available, like I said, on mobile, on PC. All of the modules are going to be there. So not only will you just have an app where you can constantly have access to the homework, to the information, to the content, to the recordings for the webinars, but here's how we're going to do this. Every Monday, we're going to meet for a kickoff meeting. We're going to get on Zoom and go, okay, here's what we're doing for the week. And here's what we're doing for the week. And here's the homework. What do you guys want included in the week? Like, what do you really want to accomplish? We're going to put the basics in there, but what do you guys really want to see in here? And we're going to build it out. We're going to give you the webinar for the instruction for the week on Monday. Then you're going to do that in your own time. And we're going to give you the recording to that. Then Wednesday, we're going to check in. We're going to have a deep dive webinar through Zoom, a group meeting, where we're going to dive through the webinar and we're going to fine tune it. We're going to troubleshoot it. You guys have already done it, but we're going to say, okay, what are we missing here? Who needs a little bit of help? And we're going to fine tune, troubleshoot, and question and answer on Wednesday. Friday, we're going to do a quick live that's like, okay, where did you come from Monday? Where are you? Where's your before and after from Monday to now? We also have a lot of the type forms that you guys are going to be able to fill out that says basically at the beginning of the week, how are you feeling about your telepathy? Where do you rate yourself? Where are you lacking? What do you need? What are your questions? How are you feeling about where you are right now? And then Friday, we're going to do the same. So you're going to be monitoring your progress all the way through, so you'll know from Monday to Friday each week how far you came. And then the 3 days in between, the 2 days in between, the Tuesdays and Thursdays, whether we do this over chat or if people really want to jump on a Zoom, we can. But every single day we're going to have a check-in, like, how you doing? Here's some questions we had yesterday. Here's the questions we have from the type form of people that really wanted to double check some things today. And we're going to do a quick check-in and do updates and also of what's going on in the community. So basically, we're going to have 5 full days of interaction. One of the reasons that we did this is we found that when you only have a weekly meeting with twins, the rest of the week they feel alone. They don't have, they don't feel accountable. They'll save it till Sunday. They do it all at once, and then the rest of the week they're just not doing the work, and they're not staying committed. Daily interaction with a group is really helping people to be committed and to feel like they are on board. One more thing else we're going to do is we're going to include a members only app. We're doing it through Mighty Networks, and it's pretty amazing. We're just getting it built now, but this allows you to see who's in your group, like right here. It's these are the members in your group. We're going to do all of our live meetings and our Zooms out of there, so you'll get the invites. You just click on the app on your phone or on your computer. You just click on the Zoom link for the meeting, and there you go. You can post in there. We're also going to have a buddy group every week. So we're going to put 3 or 4 twins together, and that's going to be your buddy group to help you through that week. We're going to do little we're going to have a couple sessions where we get the buddies together and you guys like test your telepathy, or you do little scenarios, or do some kind of little work through that's going to help you get through this stuff. So you're going to have 3 or 4 people that are kind of like your primary twins for the week, so that you can really get through this with a lot of support and test and try a lot of this stuff yourself. Also, what that does is it builds a community where you guys know that you have friends and twins, and you have other people you relate to that have your back, and you've got a tribe. When does it start? So this is actually the 16th. This is Saturday the 16th, day before Easter. But we are going to be building the first week this coming week. We are kicking off, and we'd like to have everybody onboarded and registered and signed up as quickly as possible, because come Monday the 25th, we're having our first kickoff meeting, and we want you to have been already brought into the group, already brought into the app, and we want you to be able to be ready to rock along with everybody else. So we're starting April 25th. People are asking what happens when the 8 weeks are over. Once the 8 weeks are over, our app is going to be completely built in the way that you guys wanted it. It's going to be complete. It's going to be finalized. One thing to keep in mind, we are cramming extra stuff in here this week because we've got a lot of advanced people that have already enrolled. and we are cramming this stuff full with a lot of extra stuff. Once the app is complete and the 8 weeks are over, you will have access to everything for a lifetime. As long as you're in here, you will have access to everything that we built for you. So you can come in and review, and if you want to do the webinar over, you'll have access forever. What we might be doing is taking some of the advanced stuff out and creating an entirely separate masterclass for the advanced stuff, because this is going to basically put everything in it. Once we're done with the 8 weeks, we're going to extract a lot of it and make an advanced one out of that, so it becomes 2, which is one reason we want to get you guys in here first. Because if you're in the 8 weeks, you get all of it. If you wait until the end of the 8 weeks, then you're only going to have access to the stuff that we did not extract, and we're going to make it a basic or a general. Okay, twins need to have all this stuff, but we're not going to get down to the nitty gritty in some of these things. After the 8 weeks are over, we're not sure exactly how we're going to do this, but we're going to let the members decide while we're building it. What we're probably going to do is have different options for you about how involved you want to be in the group afterwards. So it might be a subscription basis, like pay a small amount and you can do the live meetings with us every week, or you want to stay in then the daily check-ins, you can continue to do that, but we'll probably have staggered options depending on how involved you want to be afterwards. We find that most of our members do stick around for quite a while, but we'll have options so that you can do whatever you want. And if you just want to have access to the stuff you've already done, great. All of the recordings will live in here. Do I have to be a validated twin to enroll? We are not validating twins when they're coming in. One reason is because we have to do a validation. Tanya and I spent about an hour. Those are really thorough sessions. If you guys want one of those, they're on our website. That's called a discovery session. That's where we break down all of the identifiers of, are you guys really a true twin flame connection or not? But even if you're not, we really don't care, because there is so much information in here that applies to light workers. Any light worker that goes through this is going to be on their way. You're going to know everything you need to know to move through a light worker path, and more on the stronger end, because we're incorporating a lot of the twin stuff in here. Some of the stuff will not apply to you because some of it is directed toward twin flames only, like the connection. There's certain parts to it, but any light worker would benefit from this. So we're basically going to say, if you enroll, you're going to do so whether or not you're a twin, that's on you. So a lot of it is tailored toward twins. It's going to be twin flame heavy, but a good majority of this would be beneficial for light workers as well. We have a lot of people that are asking, I'm in a different time zone. Tanya and I are on opposite time zones in the US. I'm on Seattle on the West Coast. Tanya's in North Carolina on the East Coast. We're 3 hours apart already, but we have got members that are in the UK, in Europe, in New Zealand even, Mexico, all over the place, one in Brazil. So what we do is we are going to try to be accommodating everybody. It's impossible to hit one meeting, hit all the time zones for one meeting, especially when you got people in New Zealand and the UK and the US at the same time. But we're going to stagger them. We're going to do the best we can to accommodate everybody as best as possible. And if you do miss a meeting or you can't make the meetings, we still, what we're going to offer is everything's going to be recorded. Anytime we go into a live, we're going to record that session, and the session itself will be held in the app itself. So if you miss a session or if you miss a live meeting, you can go right into the app, click on it when you have time. So it's there for you. If you have certain things you want to address in that meeting for us to record in the actual live for you, we're going to send out a type form. And these are really easy. They're like online quizzes. You just click the button, yes or no, 1 to 10. But we'll send out a type form. We'll have one available for you guys to say, hey, I can't make the meeting. And you can let us know what you want us to address. So we'll make sure that all of those are taken care of for you. What if I can't start now? We really want 20 solid, really tight-knit, right fit twins in the first founders member because we're going to be really working closely together. We're going to be really tweaking a lot. If you can't start now, we're going to open it back up when the 8 weeks are over. So if we've got 9 spots left, but what we're doing is anybody who goes in and locks in their anyone that goes in and locks in their inquiry session that you'll see at the end, we'll make sure that you get a place if you want one. And here's another thing. If you can't start now, one reason we recommend we start now is, like we were saying earlier, you'll have access to the entire suite of information. Even if we put this into the advanced stuff later, you're always going to have access to that, versus when it's finalized, it's only going to be, not only, but it's going to be a lot of stuff, but the advanced stuff's not going to be included in that. We're going to separate that. If you start now, you have it all. Is it expensive? Considering that me and Tanya we've spent 6 years compiling all this shit, considering that a lot of this stuff is not in the community at all. You won't find it. You won't find the validations. And we basically are tearing apart what's myths, what's not. A lot of the stuff isn't even in the community. Tanya and I have spent months just putting this together, and we literally are spending like the last 2 weeks, night and day, just getting it set up to invite you guys in, getting it built, getting it ready, getting the app set up. And we're going to be spending this entire 8 weeks literally living, eating, breathing, building this thing with you guys. So considering all of that, and considering if you go out and look at masterclasses in the community that teach basically just a portion of this stuff, how expensive they are. Some people are charging $8,000. Some people are charging $2,000 just to be able to do shadow work and mirror work and things that are not even included in here. This is a ridiculous and insanely cheap. So it's not that expensive. No, it's not at all. The most important thing is that we asked basically God and team, Tanya and I need to be able to focus on this wholeheartedly for 2 months. So we asked team to help us with the financing end of it. It's like we need to be able to at least survive for 2 months. So we have to charge for it, because otherwise Tanya and I would not be able to do it. If we're going to provide it, it's our energy, it's our time, it's all of the stuff that we've compiled for the last six years. But we're not trying to make a bunch of money off you guys. You guys know us. For those that don't know us, Tanya and I don't charge very much. So we're not trying to make a shit ton of money on you guys. We're only trying to put this together in a way that allows us to still eat and keep a roof over our heads. And it's going to be spread out along all of the members. So we're working with each person. We know that people have financial difficulties. We know some people have already invested a lot into us at TFN, and some of you have already invested a lot of time and already learning a lot of the stuff. So that's why we're doing the intake sessions, because we want to make sure that you have all your questions answered. We want to make sure that this is the right fit for you guys. And we want to make sure that financially it makes sense for you. So we're not just going to slap you with you have to pay this much or you can't get in. If we really need to work with you, we can work with you. Just don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. We want everybody to feel good about it. But Tanya and I still need to obviously support ourselves. So there's that. What if I can't have any twin related transactions on my statement? So a lot of people are like, oh, I want to pay for it, but I have a Karmic and he can't see it or she can't see it. If you guys need that type of privacy, email or talk to us in the session. What I'll do is I'll give you a link that's very discreet, and I can even word it however you want and change it for you so that it shows up on your statement however you want, whether it's energy related or it was just a masterclass, or I can just put number, whatever you want. We will tailor it so that it makes sense for you, because I totally understand. I don't even tell people I do this hardly ever. So I get it. What now? Okay, if you still have questions, and even if you're ready, the next step would be to reserve your inquiry session. You can click this button right here. The button should be clickable. It should take you right to reserve time. It's only 45 minutes, and it probably won't take you that long if you got all the way to the end here, because I basically already explained it. So this session shouldn't take you very long. either way, reserve the session. Me and Tanya will just touch base with you and let's talk about where you're at. Let's talk about any concerns, any hesitations, any questions that you have that we didn't cover in this little segment. And then we can talk about, what this looks like for you moving forward. But if you do reserve your session, then we will reserve a spot for you. So there's that. And thank you very much. So if you guys are looking for more information, I built out an entire huge web page about why we're doing this, all of the signs and symptoms of a frustrating twinship, what we're trying to accomplish. You can click right here on the Master Course app. It's on our website, and it lists out all of these things for you. So there you go. I hope to see you guys soon. As always, if you have direct questions, you can email Tanya and I both at team@twinflamenation.com. Hope to hear from you soon and love you all. Bye.